If there's one thing I'd have to say I really hate more than anything else in the world, it's normal people. Like, I'm actively trying to stall this video right now to the point where we'll get to a safe length in the YouTube algorithm so it won't, like, murk me for how violent this is about to get. I fucking hate normal people with a passion. The fact that there are people out there in the world right now that think they're living a better life than me because they're out doing some, like, safe job that they hate and then coming home to drug themselves or binge watch some, like, online brain rot or TV is just fucking sick. I think those people are the fucking worst. And personally, I think I'd rather jump off a building than spend another second being lectured by someone who thinks that they have their shit together because they're able to just barely stay afloat. In my life right now, I am absolutely drowning. I have zero free time whatsoever. I'm losing friends left and right because of the way I choose to live my life. I spend more time alone than I do with the people I genuinely care about. I'm always in pain from spending so much time at the gym to the point where I can barely walk or open doors because I am so sore, and 9 times out of 10 making these videos, I feel like I'm screaming into the void for no reason. And you know what? I fucking love it. This feeling of gasping for air every chance I get gives me a reason to live. It gets me out of bed in the morning. I actively look for ways to make my life harder than it needs to be in search for something to make me an even stronger person. I saw a Goggins video a few days ago and he said something that I don't think is ever going to be able to leave my head. I don't remember exactly what it was because I'm stupid, but I think it was something along the lines of, "It's so easy to be great because everyone is bad." And I think that's one of the realest things I've ever heard. We are able to live such easy lives in today's world. You can go to school for like 4 years and not have to pay it off for another like 20, buy a house and not have to fully pay it off till like 30 years after you started living in it, get some 60 to 70 grand job a year and live a completely easy life until the day you don't wake up anymore from your bed in the house that you don't own to go to the job that you're completely killing yourself over so you can provide a meal loaded up on chemicals and hormones for your family that doesn't respect you. It's so easy to be normal, and to me, I think I'd rather die a million deaths than live one normal life. My life is hard right now because I made it hard. I force myself to go to the gym at least for an hour and a half after working something like a 13-hour shift for a job I'd rather do a million other things over doing, but I still do anyway so I don't completely drown in this beautiful mess I've made for myself. And after I'm like 15 to 16 hours into a day, I'll sit up at night writing these videos trying to convince other people that this hell is something that they should want to live in too. I've lost some of my closest friends because they've got sick of me just being me. I must have just somehow made their lives harder by association. If I did, good. Glad you finally got to experience some real pain for once in your life. I have lost so much just starting out on my journey to break free from being normal, and if you're finally sick of being normal too, then I'm telling you now you're going to lose more than you can possibly imagine miles before you start seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. I don't see the light yet, and I think I'm probably years away before I ever see it. I am so in the dark right now to this point where if I were to put my hand in front of my face, I wouldn't be able to see it. But I still wouldn't trade this nightmare for anything. Because what's the alternative? Living a shitty normal life where you're so blinded to the world around you to the point where you see someone like me and think that I'm stupid for the path I worked my ass off to make for myself? No, those people are fucking idiots. They can't see the forest for the trees. They think that they're special but somehow can't see that their story's been told like a million times before. I told the whole story just a minute ago, and it's all of them. Very rarely will you see a normal person's story work out well. And typically the people with normal stories that end well are the people that are still able to respect you for choosing to walk a path less traveled. Because they're smart enough to understand that they are the outlier in the equation. That most of the time life doesn't give people that walk the beaten path a happy ending. And why is that? Because the path is fucking beaten. The masses see an easy way to success, and they all rush towards it as fast as they can to all get in at once, and in turn, it ruins it for everyone. Like, everyone's got a college education now, and because of this, most degrees are absolutely worthless. There are so many more useless degrees out there than the ones that actually mean anything anymore. Eventually, this path, the one I'm on now, and the one you're thinking about going on, or hopefully are already on, will be beaten to death too, and the next generation will have to find something different. But we exist in the here and now. We can choose this path, the one of most suffering and most resistance, and with enough effort, dedication, and willpower, can make it work out. It's not easy at all, but it's the one thing worth it anymore. When you've become so numb to the world, trial and tribulation will be the only way you're able to feel anything. I gained something when I entered the dark. I'm now only surrounded by people that want to go the extra 10 miles to make the life that they want. People that are excited for their suffering to continue. They say your vibe attracts your tribe, and whoever came up with that was absolutely right. I've got maybe 3 or 4 friends left right now, and they are some of the realest motherfuckers I have ever met. People I would genuinely be afraid of pissing off because I know they have the same potential as me to absolutely show up anyone that tells them they can't do something, along with all the blissful joys of living a normal life. And now all I've got left are a few ride or dies walking this path till we reach our own separate goals. I don't fear loss anymore, and that's a sense of security that a lot of normal people dream of having till they find out that the only way to not fear loss is to lose everything. When you take up the task of being the person you truly want to be, you will lose everything in the beginning, and it will get terrifying. Not that long ago, I had countless nights where I thought about running back to the way I came from, to a path that guarantees me safety because this shit is horrifying, and I am well aware that the world can always find more things to take from me. But the reward, if this works out, it's beautiful. What we work for isn't going to be the exact same thing. Everyone's got different goals. None of my friends have the same goals as me, but I connect with them over the shared struggle of doing what needs to be done to achieve being the people we want to be. I wish I could tell you that starting is going to be the hardest part, because in reality, no one wants to suffer. But from what I've seen, it only gets darker and darker. Hell, I've got no idea how anyone even comes out of this alive. I've walked down this road for 3 months now, and dear lord, I can understand why they call people like us the 1%, because this shit is terrifying. But if it works out, if by some miracle we make it through this alive, we'll walk out the strongest motherfuckers on the face of the planet, and we will never want for anything again. Right now, my life is an absolute hell. I have no free time, I don't like going to my job every day, I'm always sore, and I've got no idea if people will give a shit about the videos I make. But all this pain and suffering, it's my choice. No one chose any of this for me. If I fall apart and break on this path, it'll have been my choice to fall apart like this. And I wouldn't have it any other way. Because there's a lot more beauty in pain than there is in blissful, self-indulgent pleasure. The freedom to choose to walk this path is something that the normal people, the 99%, something they will never get. The right to choose is made through will and endeavor, but the ability to survive your choice is going to be something that's made through hard work, training, and God only knows how many sleepless nights. Loss after loss, struggle, and 24 hours a day of pain. The one thing that I could recommend to someone choosing to walk their own path in life is to try not to do it all alone. A lot of self-help gurus and motivational content shit will tell you that you're gonna walk this path alone. And for a lot of it you will, since your choice is going to be different from the choices of others. But a lot of the struggle you'll go through is something that someone else is going to be having to do soon or now. I've got a friend who's working his ass off, training for the day he goes off into the Air Force, and while he's not trying to be a ripped YouTuber like yours truly, he's still a great guy. I go to the gym with him at ungodly hours of the night because it's the one part of our individual struggles we're able to share together. And it makes the pain a lot less agonizing. While our mountains aren't all the same, some of the paths happen to intertwine, so why not take those ones with a friend if you can? As long as you don't lose sight of what your goals are and know that you will eventually have to do things alone, you'll be all good. The pathway out of an ordinary life and into becoming someone that actually matters is difficult and terrifying. But quite frankly, I wouldn't want to associate with anyone that sees what I'm doing as less scary than letting my one life go to waste. The only thing scarier than losing everything you have and dying alone on your journey to making it in the world is living a full 80 to 90 year life as someone the world could have gone without. And if the idea of being a person that doesn't matter to anyone doesn't make you want to be the best person you can possibly be, then do me a favor and don't watch my videos again, because I don't like you.